Hello everyone, welcome back to another reading vlog. I love filming these reading vlogs. I find they're just so fun to do. So I think today what I'm hoping to do is a fall cozy weekend reading vlog. So the other day I started reading Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and this is a YA fantasy. This is a spin-off of Stephanie Garber's Carvel series, but this one follows Evangeline Fox, who finds out that the love of her life is getting married, and pretty much to stop the marriage, she makes a deal with the Prince of Hearts, which is Jax, which we meet in the previous series, and I love Jax so much. He is such a mischievous little character. But pretty much she makes a deal with Jax to stop the wedding, and in return, she owes him 3 kisses. So that's kind of how this book starts off. There's a lot more going on now, and I'm only like 100 pages in, but it's getting pretty interesting already, which I'm really loving. I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy this series. I think I'm gonna like it better than Carvel, actually. It's currently Thursday. I'm hoping to film this for like 4 or 5 days-ish. Don't mind the messy background. I'm too lazy to clean it. I don't know the last time I updated you on my progress on Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I made it to part 3 in the book, which is around like 300 pages almost. So I only have about 100 pages left. I will say it took me quite a while to get fully immersed in this story. I kept kind of wanting to put it down. I just wasn't really super interested. Since getting to like the end of part 2, the beginning of part 3, I have gotten way more interested. There's a lot more going on. There's a bit more development with our main character and the tension between her and Jax. I will also say I really did not enjoy our main character for like the first half of this book, just because she was so boy crazy. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. And I know it's part of the character development within the stories, and I know we're gonna see more development. We already have seen a lot just in this book. Like I said, I'm definitely more interested now. We have a bit more going on. The stakes are kind of getting a bit higher now. But yeah, I'm definitely starting to get obsessed with this. And I wouldn't be surprised if I try to finish this book tonight or maybe even tomorrow. But it's getting interesting, safe to say. I have 10 pages left of this book, and I feel like some things are gonna go down. So I thought I would film my reactions for you guys. Yeah, I'm really getting into this. This was kind of unexpected. Oh. I need to digest a little, and then I will share my thoughts. Okay guys, it is the next day. I finished Once Upon a Broken Heart last night. Overall, I think I'm gonna rate this book 4 stars. I really did enjoy it, but I did find like the first half of the book kind of boring. It just wasn't very high stakes in my opinion. Like, I love fantasy where it hooks you in right away. There's lots of tension, there is high stakes, there's lots of action. And this book really didn't deliver any of that until like the 3rd part, which is, I think it's like 250, yeah. Part 3 delivered what I wanted, but all the rest of this, not so much. So I am excited to read the next book. I don't have it yet. I might have to buy that soon, which is The Ballad of Never After. I think this series has a lot of potential, and now that I'm seeing more of Evangeline and Jax, I'm way more invested. I'm like, I want to see how this develops. I want to see more tension and more action, and yeah, that is my progress on this. All done, and I don't know what I want to read next. I think I'm gonna start Hopeless on my Kindle. It came out a few days ago, and I have been really wanting to read it, but I don't have my copy of the book coming in until towards the end of the month, which that's not gonna do. I'm gonna have to read it on my Kindle. So I think I'm gonna start that. And then last night I also started a audiobook for Immortality, which is the second book to Anatomy. And I was just listening to it while I did some bullet journaling for my reading journal. So why don't I show you guys what that looks like? It's not completely filled in. I was catching up on September's spread, and then I started October's spread. But I will say I need to print out more book covers. I just didn't get that for last night. I was mostly just doing the little details. Okay, so this is September's spread. I kind of went with like a latte, fall leaves, bookstore kind of vibe. Right now I only have the one book I read, but there's definitely more that I need to put on. I don't have the covers right now, so. And then this is October's that I made up. So I also put some like book videos I don't want to do, a little sneak peek on the next video. And then these are some of the books I read so far. And then I also made a little like fall, this was actually gifted to me, but I started coloring it in last night. The idea of it is it's like a fall bookshelf, so all the books I read for September, October, and then probably November as well. And then this is my fall TBR. I'm making some good progress on it, but there are definitely some more that I have not read yet, so. Okay guys, so far I am quite enjoying this book. I have binged almost all of it today, so I feel like that's an accurate representation of my thoughts. Okay guys, I managed to finish Hopeless by Elsie Silver last night, and I did in fact binge this book. I read this book so fast, and I always find I read Elsie Silver books really fast, mostly just because she hooks you in right away. You just want to know what's going to happen. You want to know what the third act conflict will be. You want to know all these details. And so you literally can't put it down. I did really like this book. I'm going to rate it 4 stars, I think. I really liked it. I was really excited for Beau's story, but I will say I didn't love him and Bailey. One of the main tropes in this book is age gap. And although I don't mind age gap if it's done well, I just found it kept getting brought up. And it got to a point where it made me uncomfortable. I was like, can we stop talking about this age difference and like how weird it is, and like, I don't know. I just didn't really like that part of it, but because I still love the characters, I love the setting and being able to see kind of where all these characters go in the future, it really made it still worth it, and it still made it 4 stars for me. Another thing I would like to say as well with this book was I didn't love the third act conflict. It just seemed very, I don't know, I think it was just so blown out of proportion, and if it were me, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm moving on. Those are my thoughts on Hopeless, and I am actually getting that book, the special edition cover, in the mail probably tomorrow, but I did want to close out this vlog, so unfortunately I'm not gonna wait for it to come in the mail. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We only read 2 books in this video, but I really enjoyed them both, so they were both rated 4 stars, which is pretty good for me. And I'm honestly just really wanting to get into my next reading vlog, which will be my spooky reading vlog for Halloween. So I'm really excited to read some spooky books and get into the mood. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up to let me know, and I'll see you guys all in my next one. Bye guys.